have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects.
Now you can listen to Radio Cayman everywhere.
Everywhere.
Can you hear me now?
Everywhere. Everywhere.
Good.
Yes, right from your Android or iPhone. Download the Radio Cayman app now on your Android or iOS phone.
The Radio Cayman app
Is where you can listen to Radio Cayman everywhere you go.
Everywhere we go, we go. Everywhere we go, we go.
Find it in the Google Store, the Apple Store, or use the link at www.radiocayman.gov.ky.
Yes, now you can listen to Radio Cayman everywhere.
Talk Today is brought to you by the Ministry of District Administration. Explore your history. Explore your land. Explore your sister islands. And Doctors Hospital. Peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctors Hospital. Always there for you. Call 949-6066.
But I do have some questions.
There are more questions than answers.
King Island's foremost listeners participation program.
Talk Today.
What's on your mind, Cayman? If you're ready to talk, we are ready to listen. Discussing current events and local news, community spotlights, hot topics, listener stories, cultural and historical discussions, environmental issues, fun and lighthearted topics, guest interviews. Cayman, basically anything you want to talk about, we are ready to listen. Here's your guest host, Charles Glidden.
Coming up next, it's Open Line. It's your show, so pick up the phone and let's chat. Express yourself. Let us know what's going on. Talk Today's next. Stay with me.
Talk Today is reminding you
to avoid any statements or comments which are abusive, derogatory, malicious, or defamatory. Do not use indecent language or make any statement that is false or misleading. Call 1-800-534-8255, 949-6990, 949-8037, or WhatsApp us on 925-3261.
And now, back to Talk Today.
Good afternoon, and welcome to Talk Today. I'm Charles Glidden. Thank you for tuning in, checking us out here. Well, I hope your week is off to a good start. Yeah, I know it's back to the grindstone, right? You gotta make that dollar. Yep, can't do without it, right? Well, no guests today, so it's open line, just you and me, right here. So don't be shy. The show is yours. Let us know what's on your mind, Cayman. We can chat about just about anything. Say, how many of you out there still have a Candy Wacky email address? Huh? Yeah, Candy Wacky, C&W.KY email address, provided to you by our friend and sponsor Flow, Cable and Wireless. That's same thing, Flow Cable and Wireless. Well, they're getting ready to shut down that email service from the looks of things, but the Utility Regulation and Competition Office, better known to us as OFREG, has told Flow not to be too quick pulling the plug on Candy Wacky. Not just yet. OFREG wants some stats, like how many people still use that email address. Well, I'm one of them. Yeah, I still got some contacts going on Candy Wacky, especially those from years ago. But now it looks like I have one more thing to put on my to-do list. Change Candy Wacky contacts to Gmail, right? Yeah, that to-do list is seems like it never gets any shorter. You only add stuff to it and it keeps growing. So, and one of the contacts on my Candy Wacky is Flo. Because from a long time ago, right? Yeah, And I mean, that's why, you get the bill notifications and stuff like that. And when you pay, they send you the payment receipt by email. So if you have Flow Cable and Wireless email address, it just might be a good idea to start migrating those email addresses to Gmail or some other email service. And Gmail is something else these days. With the Google AI, you open an email and Gmail has already drafted a reply to you, to that email for you, right? It's be down at the bottom below the email you received. And whenever I see that, it just begs the question, well, they've already answered the email for you. So is there any real privacy here? And it's accurate. I mean, it's amazing how well they will draft a reply on to an email that you receive on Gmail. It's done very nicely. That artificial intelligence is, it's a smart guy, well educated, knows how to use all the proper words and all the right phrases. So, yeah, I know it's a computer reading the email, but seeing what's in there and what you might want to reply. But it was read all the same. So, is it being recorded someplace? I guess, who knows? But I don't know. You can't really trust anything these days with what goes on an email or, what you research, of course. That's all on your computer, where you've gone. And a lot of people forget that there's a history on their email, on their computer. I guess that's why they have those incognito pages, right? You can go incognito. You don't leave any tracks behind you. Some people are going, what's an incognito page? Well, you got to be hip to the internet and know how to traverse the internet without leaving, breadcrumbs behind you, right? But it's a ever-changing world. You never know what's going to be next as far as the internet is concerned, because with the advent of AI now, it's like you're just amazed. I don't know if you've ever used the AI features, Chat GPT, or Copilot. Gemini is on Google, right? But it's astounding how quick those AI apps can really respond to your prompts. They crawl the internet in a blink of the eye, coming up with all answers. One great thing about it, though, is just 2 years ago, maybe, you did a search on Google, and then all these different sites came up with possible information answering your inquiry, and then you had to go and read each one, right? See which one gave you a more full answers, or it's in some people's instances giving them the answer that they want to hear. Because some people do that. They have a certain point of view, and they want that confirmed, and they keep looking for one of the answers that matches their, biased view of something, and say, here, see, I'm right. But with the AI, they have this concise summary of everything that they found on the internet, and that really saves you a lot of time. And, they have citations, so, you can judge whether that's something that you want to use or not. One thing I noticed, though, that at the very end of it all, there's a disclaimer that says, this is artificial. I am artificial intelligence, and there might be mistakes. Or if you say research something about finances, some kind of financial question. I am artificial intelligence, and this should not be taken as financial advice. So, you always got to take these things with a grain of salt. Sometimes, because there is so much information on the internet that and it's taking all of it in. You got to watch out for those mistakes when you rely on artificial intelligence. You have to use your own intelligence. Sometimes that makes much more sense than the artificial one, right? It's 12:30. Have to take a little break, but pick up the phone, give me a call, 1-800-534-8255. That's courtesy of Flo. You can also reach me on 949-8037, 949-6990. And, of course, WhatsApp, 925-3261. Pick up the phone, express yourself, let's chat. Be right back.
Looking to explore your future in Cayman's insurance industry? Join us at the Cayman Next Gen Insurance Forum on May 28th at the Marriott. This free event is designed for school leavers, university students, and early career Caymanians, with parents also welcome. Learn how the insurance and reinsurance industry works, hear from young professionals, and connect directly with people in the field. The event runs from 2:30 to 6 p.m. with refreshments provided. Register now at imac.ky or follow at iMac Cayman on Instagram for more information. Hosted by iMac, Circa, and CIIA.
Cineco's parametric insurance after hurricanes is now available for motor policies. Fixed automatic payouts cover incidental vehicle expenses like fuel, cleanup, and minor repairs. No claims, no damage required. $200 for comprehensive policies or $100 for third-party policies. Available exclusively through Cineco and included with all new motor insurance policies and upon renewal for current policies. Visit Cineco.ky today. Cineco, keeping Cayman covered.
Wouldn't it have been grand if you had purchased land 30 years ago? It may not be 2020, but a perfect vision has never been more clear. Cayman Brac and Little Cayman, poised for growth with an eye on the future. Your land, your history, your future. Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
The Spring Labor Force Survey and Quality of Life Survey conducted by the Economics and Statistics Office is currently underway. The Labor Force Survey collects information on employment and unemployment in the Cayman Islands, while the Quality of Life Survey gathers feedback on well-being, financial security, community belonging, and overall life satisfaction. Trained interviewers with official ESO ID cards will visit randomly selected households. All interviews are confidential under the Statistics Act, and no individual information will be published. For details, call the ESO hotline at 516-3329.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back. And it's open line. Yeah, we are here. And I hope you will pick up the phone and give me a call. Let's chat about whatever. It's no guest today, so you can be my special guest star. And I notice there's been some questions being asked about the hantavirus and Cayman being prepared for any such thing. I know it was a question that was raised last week on the show here by one of our callers, and MP whatever. Kenneth Bryant, MP Kenneth Bryant. How could I go blank on his name? Was asking whether Cayman was prepared, and I know from what I see, most places are saying, this is a low threat. It's on this ship that came out of Argentina, and so I went to the London School of Hygiene and Tropical Medicine, and I figured, they would know a thing or two about this, right? So they posted something here, but was posted Friday and was apparently updated today. It says as of 11th of May, 7 cases of hantavirus infection have now been confirmed by the World Health Organization after that outbreak on the Atlantic cruise ship. 3 of those patients have unfortunately died, but they also see this as a low threat. And I know the question has come up about, people coming here and passing it on. Well, apparently human to human infection is something that is very rare. As it's from this website at the London School of Hygiene and Tropical Medicine is saying that it can happen, but it is something that is very rare. Most hantaviruses do not spread between humans. One strain called Andes hantavirus can spread from person to person, but this is extremely rare as it requires very close contact. It does not spread easily like other viruses known to infect humans, such as flu or COVID-19. And people usually become infected by breathing in air contaminated with virus particles from rodent urine, droppings, or saliva, rats, right? And the reason that people got it on the ship is because they were so close together. That's one thing I don't like about cruises. Too many people right up in your face. We have a caller on the line. Good afternoon. You're on the air with Talk Today.
Mr. Glidden.
Yes.
Hear you. I'm just listening to you. Hear you. About this virus.
Uh-huh.
And I didn't call about that, but I'm going to just hit the
It was you that brought it up last week, right?
Yes. And I just want to say that I heard you say something that I saw on the news this weekend about what is the use on let's say a slight chance or a low. What would you just use a low chance?
A low threat.
A low threat?
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you something. As long as the world is moving, and the world is moving with people right, we are so eager to jump off. We at low risk, we at low this, and we at low that. But I don't call for that. But anyhow, I just hope that nothing happens here in the Cayman Island, and I pray that our public health put some things in order and keep everybody's eyes and ears and lips moving, if it needs to be moved. Do not take us and make believe that nothing can happen here in the Cayman Islands when one of our pillows are tourism. So we need to just stop make believe that nothing can happen in this Cayman Islands. Look at COVID. We were closed off for 2 years. No COVID.
Mm-hmm.
soon as that lift came up, bam, 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 bam. People dropped down like flies. But Mr. Glidden, you know what I call you for?
What's that?
A couple of days I saw something on Facebook where someone was asking a question. If Caymanians, I figured out how to really word it, but in other terms, if Caymanians could be or will be or is helpers. I just want to say, let me tell you something about the Cayman Islands here. And we have had Caymanians as helpers throughout this whole island, from the hotels to the condos, from the condos to the private homes, and into your own home, bringing home a visitor or whatever the case may be, or a child, something in that category. Cayman was always on top when it came to domestic work in this island. They was not afraid of domestic work, and they are still not afraid of domestic work. But you know what happened to Cayman?
What?
Our population grows so rapidly that people start coming here. They came for Cayman, but they never came for the Caymanian people. And the few they may have run into, and they couldn't handle them and push them around the way they wanted to push them around. They probably never had a helper in their lifetime, and came here and see that this place has helpers available through permits and word of mouth and so forth. But you see what happened, Charlo, with the helpers today. The helpers is cleaning the house windows. They are walking a dog. They are bathing a dog. They are taking care of the children, making sure that they're fed and homework is done. And they're all ready to be packed in the bed when mom and daddy comes home, to a degree that they have very little to do with their own children. Because I have had so many conversations just from in the Newlands area here with these helpers walking and crying at the hospital, crying, trying to find their boss to get their money to send home for the children that hasn't been to school in a couple of weeks, because then the boss did not pay them for them to send their money home for their children.
Yeah.
And the kids was not able to take a taxi to go to school in Jamaica. So I say all this to say this. They keep shooting them out about Caymanians are lazy. One thing I can say about my Cayman people, we are proud, and we rather do without to a degree. But it has got to the point now that we are, take that back, the people are sick and tired of how they come in here from wherever they may come from and treat us as if we do not exist. They came here and found a beautiful island, clean island, an open airport door to bring them out in the front to get a taxi, or their friends to pick them up, or they grab their suitcase and walk down the street to where they're going, or catch a public bus. So when they step off on our airstrip, they didn't kiss the ground. They just say, freedom at last, freedom at last. Now I got to come see what is here for me. But they never say to come here to be in mix and mingles with the Caymanians to a degree. We got a few, but I can't sit down and call them out, which I don't have time for, and it would be unfair for me to try to pick names and so forth. This is not in my vocabulary. But just to see how we have been treated as our floodgates keep opening wider and wider, and people is coming here and making people make believe that we are the culprit in our own country. But we have had good helpers in people's homes. And even some of them even living in these people's homes. Years gone by. I would say something like a new day age. And some other people their age that had helpers in their home. But today now, we're getting helpers left, right, and center. They got no qualification. They don't have the strength to take care of the individual. But they are going to the job and make believe that they're doing what they can do, and that is sufficient. And these places that got these helpers and these nursing homes that got people out working out in people's private homes and so forth, taking care of our elders. 95% of it, I believe, the homeowners that's going to sit up there and make these people come in to help take care of their senior parents in their house that they're not being taken care of properly, cameras or no cameras, because everybody has a job practically, and if you can't take your vacation and split it between you and your family to help take care of your mother or father or aunt or sister, I think we deserve what we are getting to a degree, because then we throw our seniors into the mercy of hands that has no qualification, and they are counting the days on the calendar for that paycheck to send home because they got children in school and so forth. And you can't blame them to a degree because it has no one monitoring them to see if they are doing a decent job with our seniors or wherever they may be working. We are too let loose in this island like a bunch of cows and goats and don't talk about the rabbits. They're in Newlands by the galores. Anybody that wants some rabbits, please come put your pen in my yard and catch them. Please, please. I got some cassava and it looks like it's ready. And you know what the rabbit do? Go and dig round the cassava, eat what he wants, cover it back up, and come back next day and go and have a belly full again. And this is not what somebody tell me. I am seeing this in my own yard. But getting back to the Caymanians.
But you're talking about a goodies, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I hate that name. Rabbit sounds better for the Caribbean. But yeah, Mr. Glidden, all joke aside, I know you probably got to go. But we had Caymanians. That's about in every department working on this island until the cheap labor came in. And you know what a lot of parents did their children when they see what was happening where they was working, including myself? You better go to school and you better get an education.
For sure.
Because I do not want you to come out here and punish how I punish cooking and cleaning for Mary or Har or Dick or Jack. And this is what I went through to bring you to this level. I want you to step up above what your mother did for you to get where you are today.
But tell me something.
I did the same thing. Huh?
You were talking about Caymanian domestic workers, right? That years ago. But didn't a lot of them, and the reason for us, the people who would be domestic helpers, Caymanian domestic helpers, didn't they go to work in hotels?
In a hotel by the galores.
They gave up the domestic service to go do service in the hotels, right?
To a degree, yes. A lot in from West Bay, East End, they had domestic helpers here and there in their capacity, and 95% there was Caymanians.
So these people that you're talking about that their employer hadn't paid them and stuff, they're people here on a work permit that you're talking about, right? Who are they working for?
I saw this lady one time. It's a little while now. She was at the hospital, and I crossed her, and she was crying. I said, "Miss, what's wrong?" She said, "Miss, I come to see my boss. I've been working for so many weeks now, and my child in Jamaica, and I'm going to school for a couple of weeks because then I'm not getting paid to send the money home for my child to take the taxi to go to school, and the child needs food and blah, blah, blah." And I have heard so many stories on the street picking up people, taking them in town. It was no Fosters up here then, and there was no bypass up here then. It was doing the regular road. I was like a unpaid tax. I didn't have no tax at the time, but I was picking up people, going out, coming in, and they would tell me, they say, "I am so tired." He used to say, by the time I finished work in the evening, I had to walk out to the top of the road in Newlands. Get a bus. I got to be back in by 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. And if I'm 5 minutes late, I'm being hollered and shouted at. And I have to make sure the kids are dressed to school. I got to make sure this. I got to make sure that. But when it's time come, I can't collect my money to send for my children back home.
Yeah, that's terrible.
What I said the other day, that when these people summertime coming, the time for the kids in Jamaica to have vacation, every household here who has a help on it, they should release those helpers and let them go back to Jamaica to be their family, or they can go and bring them here and stay in their own place and enjoy their children. These homeowners are very selfish when it comes to those people over there with their children, all because you pay me $800 a month. You think you own me? And even putting their helpers now in uniform, my dear, and walking the dog and bathing the dog.
Very stush.
But I can't mind any doing that.
Well, I have to break you off here because I'm over time. I got a few commercials in here, okay? But good to hear from you.
All right, cool.
Bye-bye. All right, bye-bye. Be right back.
Accidents and illnesses can strike without warning. Ouch! When it comes to urgent care, every second counts. At Doctors Hospital, we have a dedicated team of experienced doctors and nursing staff available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Don't waste time in an overcrowded emergency room when you need urgent care. Whether it's a broken bone, a severe infection, or a sudden illness, trust in Doctors Hospital's unwavering dedication to providing the best immediate care. For complete urgent care when you need it the most, choose Doctors Hospital, located in Georgetown, 16 Middle Road.
Did you know that you can send money transfers to financial institutions anywhere in Jamaica with JN Money?
You mean I can send money straight to my account and cut out the middleman?
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. You send your own money to your own account, giving you peace of mind that the money is in your account.
JN Money Transfers to Financial Institution is another convenient service offered by JN Money. You can have this done from any JN Money location. Deposit your money straight to your account without the hassle of asking someone to do it for you. JN Money Transfers to Financial Institutions, making life easier.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
Celebrating 50 years of broadcasting in the Cayman Islands. This is Radio Cayman, 89.9 FM.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back. And that's always very disturbing to hear how some people who give domestic service in people's homes are treated. You know, people go to work, practically run the household, and then they can't get paid. That's just downright terrible. Because at the end of the day, everybody needs that paycheck. You can't just treat people as if they were indentured servants or slaves. And I've heard stories from different quarters of how people are mistreated, and people in a domestic situation seem to think that they're exempt from certain things, and because the person is on work permit, that they can treat them in a lesser way than they would somebody else. And that mindset, that I guess it goes back to a kind of slave massa kind of mentality that people continue to carry, even these days. And it's hard to understand, at least for me, how you can treat people in that way. But it certainly does exist, for sure. And it's something that it's there. And shame on those who do it. Well, the Economics and Statistics Office have come out with some new stats here, going back from their survey of at the end, last part of 2025. They call it the fall. I always have to, have a little chuckle when we talk about fall in the Cayman Islands. I don't even know if we have any. Do we have anything but summer? Really? January, February, a little cooler, but I don't think there's any fall. Just a cooler summer in the first part of the year. So, what are they saying? So they've now put the overall population as of the fall of 2025, 90,577. And that's what they're saying. Let's see here. Let's take that call that's on there. Good afternoon. You're on the air with Talk Today.
90,000, huh?
Yes, they're saying 90,577.
Well, Nakiba got his wish fulfilled. I wonder what's going to happen when he hit that 100,000. That's all. That's what they're about waiting on. A few Caymanians wants to know what's going to happen when they hit the 100,000. And that should hit before this year is out. For another 3 months, 4 months, when those hotels open, we should have that 100,000 and over living amongst us.
Yeah. Well, by now it's more. This was last year, the end of last year.
Oh, Lord, and he got 100,000 then. Yeah. Okay. What a mess.
Well, certainly more than the 95.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But, getting back to, parents trying to make their children go to a higher scale in their lives.
Mm-hmm. Every parent should have that as a goal.
Yeah. And this is what I did my two children when I was working and trying to make a mortgage payment at the same time with raising two children. I told them, I said, let me tell you all something. You see what I'm doing here to survive for you guys and to keep this roof on this house? You all better get a good education and go out there and get yourself a decent job, because I can't promise you how much longer I can work for this amount of money in these gift shops. I went to Tampa to live. I came back here as a beautician. I went and did my schooling in Tampa, got my license, and had my own shop in Tampa.
Mm-hmm.
I came back to Cayman after so many years, and I had a lot of offers to open a shop for me, and I refused them. I worked with my family member for a while, and I did my own thing at my house and so forth. But I say all that to say this. Caymanians, we just doesn't seem to be getting stronger as the years come by. We are getting weaker and weaker, and we are falling in the category that these people that come here want us to fall in, that we are a nobody, we are no good, we don't have no ambition, we are lazy. And that is not true about a Caymanian. That is not true. And only a Caymanian can bring themselves up to prove and say, hey, I can go and drive a number 2 truck. I can show them I can drive a number 2 truck. But it's the parents that got the children how they are to a degree too, because the mama got likes. They got likes. Mama got food. They got food. If they have a girlfriend, they bring the girlfriend home. They have a baby, they bring a baby home. Some mothers is all excited about that, and some ain't. But I say half a loaf is better than none. If you can go and work and make $200 a week and you don't want it, give it to your mother. Put that towards the light bill or the groceries.
Well, if you live in a house, you should be making some kind of contribution.
Exactly, not just bossing around and eating the house down and talking to the parents in a kind of way that you think you can do it and walk back in here when sunset this evening and eat what you want in bed and go to your bed or go back out with your boys. Mm. But a lot of that is going on here.
Oh, yeah.
And it needs to stop. It needs to stop But who's going to stop it by the parents?
Say what you want
And,
about America, right? And you say you lived in America. You know, when a kid gets to be 18, 19, you know, in America, you know, either you're going to be going to school and staying in the house, or you're going to get a job.
You know what the parents do up there too?
They're not going to, you know, let you sit and loaf around the house all day.
No, they go and help them get an apartment. They give them a credit card. To help them through for the first year. And you better you better get on your ball and you know, do what you got to do to survive.
Go to school or get a job.
Yeah. I know 1 o'clock is coming up.
Yep.
But you have anybody come in? Guest?
No, I don't have any guests.
I need to say couple things to you after that 1 o'clock. So can I just continue talking and then you hold me for 1 o'clock news?
Okay. I don't think we have any other callers right now, so yeah, you can hang on.
Yeah, but I want to talk about the schools here in this island, especially our government schools. I am pleading to the parents out there today that when your child gets in trouble at school, there's always 3 sides to the story. You don't pack up your bag and go to the school compound and think you can walk into that school and do as you please.
Okay, just hold it right there. And we're going to pick it up right there. Sounds like a good subject, too. It's 1 o'clock. Let's see what's making headlines.
Covering Little Kim Bright.
Cover me. Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands. From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines. Local, regional, international news.
The headline news is brought to you by Kirk Market and Health Services Authority.
The Chamber of Commerce has marked a significant milestone, hosting its inaugural Environmental and Sustainability Luncheon and Showcase at the Marriott on Thursday. The event brought together business leaders, public sector representatives, environmental organizations, and community advocates to, quote, explore how environmental stewardship and sustainability are increasingly central to Cayman's economic resilience and long-term prosperity. In international news, Beijing has confirmed that U.S. President Donald Trump will travel to China this week to meet Xi Jinping. The visit, May 13th through the 15th, will be the first to China by a U.S. president in nearly a decade and comes at a pivotal moment for ties between the world's 2 largest economies. Executives from some of America's biggest companies, including Boeing, Citigroup, and Qualcomm, are expected to travel with Trump, potentially to make deals with Chinese firms. It will also mark a key test in the fragile trade truce between Washington and Beijing. And oil prices have risen after President Donald Trump said Iran's response to U.S. proposals to end the war were, quote, totally unacceptable. Tehran sent its response via Pakistan, which has served as a mediator between the 2 sides, calling for an immediate end to the conflict and guarantees of no further U.S.-Israeli attacks on Iran. The international oil benchmark Brent rose by 4.1% to $105.50 a barrel in Asian trading before falling slightly today. The key Strait of Hormuz waterway has been effectively shut down since shortly after the war started on February 28th, severely disrupting global supplies of oil and gas. Those are your headlines. I'm Karsley Fuller.
More news available at www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages: Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter, Radio Cayman Headline News.
Your Cayman Islands Health Services Authority has been the national healthcare provider of the Cayman Islands for many generations. We have elevated our level of care to ensure you, our patients, have the best possible experience. We offer better access to care close to home with the most locations on all 3 islands, delivering a full range of primary, secondary, tertiary, and emergency care. HSA is a JCI accredited organization, and we are committed to caring for you.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
Radio Cayman is pleased to feature this special Sister Islands historical vignette brought to you by the Ministry of District Administration and Lands. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your Sister Islands.
Born in Watering Place, Cayman Brac, on the 8th day of July, 1936, Captain Fred Elman Scott was the fifth child born to Nalio and Vera Scott. Captain Scott worked the seas for over 52 years, a career which saw him span the global currents. In 1953, he joined his first ship, the Beretta, a local cargo vessel, signing on as deck boy, working his way up to bosun. In 1955, he joined National Bulk Carriers, working his way up to able-bodied seaman. In 1959, he signed on the Ore Meteor to go to Marine School in New York, attaining a third mate's license. He joined the Bulk Petrel as third officer, where during one voyage he was solely responsible for using Morse lamp signaling to save a sister ship which had run aground. He continued to flourish and attained second mate, chief mate, master mariner, and radio operator licenses. In October of 1969, he took a job on oil exploration ships as a captain in Brazil. Captain Scott would later move from Brazil, where he spent the next 20 years piloting cruise ships and tankers in Grand Cayman.
Radio Cayman is pleased to feature this special Sister Islands historical vignette brought to you by the Ministry of District Administration and Lands. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your Sister Islands.
Looking to explore your future in Cayman's insurance industry? Join us at the Cayman Next Gen Insurance Forum on May 28th at the Marriott. This free event is designed for school leavers, university students, and early career Caymanians, with parents also welcome. Learn how the insurance and reinsurance industry works, hear from young professionals, and connect directly with people in the field. The event runs from 2:30 to 6 p.m. with refreshments provided. Register now at imac.ky or follow at iMac Cayman on Instagram for more information. Hosted by iMac, Circa, and CIIA.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back, and let's take a quick look at the weather. The Weather Service has a brand new website now with a lot more kinds of information. One of the features is station reporting from different places around Grand Cayman and Sister Islands. Georgetown apparently is the only one that is active at the moment, from what I see here. So in Georgetown, 87 degrees. It feels like 99 out there. The winds are out of the south at just over 6 knots, and that's hot, hot, hot. Let me see what else we got here real quick. Okay, so sunset at 6:50, and forecast has gone for light and variable winds, slight to moderate with wave heights 2 to 4 feet. And I'm still getting used to this. I'm not. I can't get to things as quickly as what I did on the other one. I just got to get used to it, I guess. But we have a caller that's been hanging on. And you had started to say before we went to the news about when kids get in trouble at school and parents marching down to the school and ready to take on the whole, school administration in defense of their child. What were you going to say about that?
Stick up in there for a minute.
Okay.
We're going to get there. I've been wanting to talk to you in regards to down at Safe Haven down there by the Holiday Inn, right? There's a big development going on down there, and I hear nobody on the radio talking about it. They got must about four or five condos down there, must have like 8, 9, 10 floor condos. Look at it, they're zigzagging on the same piece of property from the look of it. And it's the most ugliest colors they got on those buildings down there. I think they're trying to hide them from the locals, that we don't come to look for a job or what. Only those that come online from overseas is going to know that they can purchase or rent or lease or whatever. I don't know.
This is down Safe Haven?
Down Safe Haven, down by the Holiday, and you need to drive down there.
Wasn't it last year, a year before, there was some big hullabaloo about that because the residents down there were objecting to it or something?
Well, you just could do you could drive down there this week. I sent you some pictures. Did you saw some pictures on your
Let me take a look.
There's some pictures.
You sent it today?
On Friday.
Oh,
there's some pictures there. You should see those buildings. I think they're either 8 or 9 or 10 floor, straight up in the air.
I think there might have been, a big objection to those about last year or year before.
Down there has changed. I can tell you that right now. And yes, I was talking about the schools, especially our government school. I do not keep up with the private school because I, in the government sector area of the school where I work, and I pay more attention and so forth. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said before, we like to give the teachers a lot of help for their children in school. If the child, when your child leave home, you don't know what your child do when they're not in your sight. And to witness the things that you witness on that compound, a beautiful school, but to see how the kids is trying to just destroy it, it is unreal, and there's no penalty. There's no nothing. All you can hear, they got to get an education, and they have to be in school, and they have to be this. But if they're in school, they got to take care of something that they didn't build. They are getting for free. You understand?
Yeah, they should have some pride in their school.
They don't have no pride in their schools, and we do not have sufficient heads in those schools because the language and the behavior is unreal. The words that come out of a 12-year-old, 14-year-old, 15-year-old, I probably won't have no job after this evening. But I tell you one thing, and you gotta take care of me. Because I'm not gonna live by their door till they give me what I deserve. Because in one thing with Cayman, they don't like the truth. And that is why we're in such a big bubble on this island, because when it comes to speaking the truth, it is a crime. But if you lie, you got a medal. But parents needs to put some more attention on their children. Don't care what age they are, especially if they are in school. Put your time in your children, because before you turn around twice, they are grown. And when they start to make all of these bigger mistakes, you there crying, you visiting northwards, or you visiting the grave. I should have did this and I should have did that. No, you have the opportunity now. Take care of your children. Stop depending on their friends and their helpers and the streets and the technology to babysit your children. Cayman parents, I'm talking to today, I don't care where you're from. If your child is in my school, government school, I call it my school, in the government school or any other school, you need to give your children some proper attention and watch the words you use at home, because that will embed into that child. And when that child comes out here with that word in their mouth, then you want to knock teeth down their throat. It's too late. And parents, when something happens at school with another child, you ain't got no right packing up your bags and breaking your neck in all traffic to get to John Gray or any government school to do what you think that you may go there to do, because it is not right. And you got no right on that premises. You want to know what's happening, you go to the education department, let them make the school tell them what happened, and you all take it from there. You barging onto the school compound ain't solving nothing. You're giving your child more ammunition, more power that they can do as they please at our school.
Yeah, I mean, it's nothing wrong with the parent going to inquire what has happened. But like you say, they come with this, they're coming to defend the child and confront the teacher.
And confront the child. I know. I think two school terms ago. I think two school terms ago. A little young lady was in the bus and she didn't know where she had to get off at, and all they asked her where she got to get off. She didn't know. And when it came to the last stop, say, "Baby, where do you live? Where you got to go?" "Oh, that road down there. That's where I got to go." And they were supposed to get off on the waterfront to go down to that road. I'm not calling the name of the road.
Mm-hmm.
And anyhow, the rain came down and caught the child, and the child went home. High school child. Now she was new. She probably might have been 10. Might could have been 11, 12. And the mother comes up to the school next day with this piece of 2x4.
With a 2x4?
So, in the school compound, so I had to call the driver and tell them that there's something at the school waiting on them to be careful when they go into that school. And the driver said, "Yeah, we waiting too. So when they got in there, and I'm not there now, I'm gone. When they got in there and woman going off like firecracker, and the warden and the driver, told the lady what took place and blah, 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 blah. And then she decided to calm down. But she came with blood. She came with blood in her hand and blood in her eyes. How she can destroy the bus warden. That is the threat and the thing that we got to live under on our jobs.
And you know what? You know what? Those types of parents, right, that are, their child gets in trouble and they want to go down and have a fight with the teacher or the principal, or just confront them and defend the child. Where are they on reporting evening? I bet you they don't come to the school.
Where are they?
On reporting evening, they're not there.
They're not there. They're not there, Charles. But they want to come and fight the student and the principal and the teacher and the security and everybody could think of at that school compound. That's not a fighting ground. That's an educational ground.
Exactly.
And I say, education department, whoever's in charge now, is ministry, whoever, they need to put down some real restrictions at all of these government schools that it could almost turn it into, what the word is,
a battleground?
No, not a battleground, a safe ground.
Oh, yeah, the unruly parents are trying to turn it into a battleground, I thought. Yeah, it should be. School should be a safe space. A child should go there, and it is a safe place to go.
That's it. That's what's supposed to be.
The teachers should be able to go there, and it's a safe place for them to go.
Exactly. The teachers who are getting all the help from the parents about the children. We get a share in the buses too. Don't get me wrong. But let me tell you something. I hope that I live to write me a book of my 18 years at John Gray. And I'm not going to sell them. I'm going to give them away. But anyhow, I got to go to work. So you take care. I hope not to call back.
All right. Well, you have a good afternoon.
Bye-bye.
Well, if you'd like to give us a call, give us a call on 1-800-534-8255. That's courtesy of Flo. or you can call the 949-8037, 949-6990, and WhatsApp 925-3261. We're open line today. Any kind of topic you want to talk about, we can, explore it. So pick up the phone, give me a call. Let's check a WhatsApp message or two here. This one on the topic of the, it's actually the Statistics Office, the ESO. The population figure, no doubt, has the same discrepancy as the difference on the work permits between ESO and work, which states a much higher figure. Considering a margin of error, with the error being on the higher side, 100,000 is already in our rear view mirror. So he's saying that we've gone past 100,000 already, and that horse is out of the barn. Well, like I said, those figures are from the quote-unquote fall of 2025. So that's not even, we're not even talking like December, it's say the last quarter of 2025. So yeah, it's definitely, past 90,000 for sure. So whether we've actually passed 100,000, well, that's a question that is up to for debate. So it's quite possible that we're either there or past it, or we're knocking on the door of 100,000 population. Is it good or bad? And can our infrastructure handle 100,000? Excuse me. You got the dump that's filling up real fast. The more people you get, the more trash you produce, that's for sure. And, traffic, well, we've been building a lot of roads, widening roads, adding lanes. Oh, boy. So, is that good? Is it good to have 100,000 people there or abouts? It certainly is probably better for business-wise. You have more volume as far as, business is concerned. Let's see, another one here. What is this? Hi, Chalo. I have my 3 emails before. Oh. Why? This is about Candy Wacky. I have my 3 emails, Candy Wacky, before Hurricane Ivan. Why would they want to get rid of what works? I have business accounts linked to these email addresses. Yep, exactly. And I think that's what Offreg is, telling them, hold on, don't pull that plug yet. How many people are actually using, Candy Wacky as their email, perhaps their sole email? And that's just, I was looking at mine, and it's usually some kind of business account. Like I said, Flow. CUC is, my Candy Wacky address. That's where you get the bill and you pay it, and they send back the payment receipt, and some other things. I think my Dropbox is on there. So yeah, it's something that Offreg is checking out, but it seems like Flow wants to move in that direction. Who knows? Who knows what the reason is? I guess cutting costs. Well, we have a caller on the line, so let's take that call. Good afternoon. You're on the air with Talk Today.
Afternoon, Charlo.
Hi. How you doing?
All is well?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Well, I hear you talking about it. How much people you say we have here now living?
Well, the official figure from the end of last year, let's say, the last quarter of last year, is just over 90,000.
Oh,
but a lot of water has, gone under the bridge since then.
So that's why every industry I go to, that government or other, is always over congested because I guess the infrastructure not there for them amount of people.
Well, could be.
So if they're saying it's more money, if it's money, they're looking, okay, if I have all the money in the world but I'm hungry and I can't find food, you think the money going to help me?
Not if you can't find the food.
Okay, well, right now we coming to a point where our infrastructure cannot supply what we have or what we had. And now we're putting more and more and more on top of it. And we think building roads is going to be a fix or anything. Is not fixing anything. We have to stop and look at our problem before we can fix it. But we have to recognize it is a problem that's brewing. Because if you go to the hospital, if you go there right now, with an emergency or just whatever it is, you have a little wait there, because the infrastructure is not supplying that. If you go to the DVDL to go and license your car, if you go to the police just to make a statement, you got to have a long line to sit down and wait. So the reason for that is our infrastructure is bursting at the seams. We're only 76 square miles, yeah? And everywhere I look, I see development, but development of what? Apartments.
Yep.
So you tell me, we're going to be a country of apartments in a minute then. So we're just bringing people just to get this money, as they say. Because I've always heard it from the early 2000s. Oh, the more people we have here, the easier it's going to be when it comes to pricing and different stuff.
Well, it does have an effect, yeah, because you have more volume.
That's hogwash, because that don't work. Because the more people I see come here, the higher the prices I've seen go up. They ain't going down, not because we have more people to spread it across. It ain't spreading. We have a lot of greed here that we need to assess and really realize. Even the apartments and the rentals that they have here, they're ludicrous. Say, up to yesterday, I saw something that really perturbed me and it itched me up. But I can share it with the whole Cayman Islands now, because I guess we're all listening.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday, I come in from church, went to my mom's place, and this is in Windsor Park, and I sat down there waiting until she comes out. I saw two, well, I can call it nationality. I saw two Indian-looking guys. So they either come from Bangladesh, India, any one of those areas, but they're Indian-looking guys.
Southeast Asia.
Yeah, Southeast Asians. They were passing my truck, and I was sitting in the truck, and they were looking around like they were uneasy, And I was like, what's going on here? This looks strange. So the guys passed me, and there is a heap. When they're putting out all this garbage for these
the pickup?
For the government to pick up, yeah. Which I still think is wrong, too, because people got their own garbage, you accumulate it, we have a dump, go and dump it. But I digress. I saw these guys go across it, and there was a mattress there, for about a couple of days.
Mm-hmm.
The mattress looked like it has mildew and all kind of stuff in it, right?
Yeah.
And I saw this guy pick it up, put it on top of his head, and start to walk down the road with a smile on his face. I was like, Lord, what's going on? So I said to my mom, I said, when she came out, I said, did you see that? The guys moved the mattress off the pile. She was like, oh, God, why are they doing that? Because that looks so nasty and stuff. And then it hit me right away. I said, maybe they don't have any better,
Yeah.
Maybe they don't know no better, and that's the best that they can do while here.
Mm-hmm.
And I say that to say this, that is a disgrace on the Cayman Islands, that we have imported this kind of living, that people's going to pick up our garbage and turn it into some kind of treasure, which it is not. When I saw the disgusting mattress going across me, this had more stains than a hog having his pen.
Mm.
But that person, they had to be in some dire state.
Yeah.
To come and pick up that mattress. And I'm sure it's not a house they're going to an apartment that somebody rented them. So if somebody rented them with a mattress that was less of caliber than what I saw, shame on them too. But this is what happens in the Cayman Islands. We have so much things going on, and we are bursting at the seams. The police the policing cannot be policed, if you get what I'm saying. These certain things that are slipping through through the cracks, that we have every law to protect and provide for, we have nobody to check on them because we are overwhelmed with what we have here. And until we sit back and adjust it and figure out what next to do before we keep on adding on, we have a serious problem coming. Like I told a friend of mine, I have a son. He's 11 years old. He's going to be 12 this year. And I said by the time he finishes, even say high school, and say he don't want to go on to no tertiary education, there won't be anything here for him to get. I guarantee that. Because we're selling to every Tom, Dick, and Harry who name it here. And who are not into the business of selling, but they're just acquiring land because they have the expenditure. And, after you have a certain amount of money, they tell you, say, oh, well, we can't, the banks won't hold the money because the interest. We can't give you the interest on that because the insurance. So you have to invest it. Yeah? So once they invest it, it's like money is nothing to somebody who has a whole lot of money. But it's
when you say your son won't have anything to get, are you talking about being able to get a piece of land or get a house?
Exactly. Right now, I see a piece of we are at a livable wage or a cost of living wage at $8.75, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yet I see land around here less than a half acre lot right now for almost $300,000.
Oh yeah.
And I'm not talking in Harbour Heights or Yacht Club or Governor's Harbour. I'm talking in East End.
Oh, I'm sure.
So if that is the price and this is the cost of living that we are putting on it, what will he have when he becomes 20, 25? That's just 8 years from now. So what are we doing for our people or doing to our people? Are we just into just saying, oh, just sell it because it's money and the money is coming and the money going to make it better? The money not making nothing better. When you sell everything around you and you're living like a sardines in a can, where is the paradise in that? We have to learn to know what is enough and how to do with what we have. Bermuda, I can use Bermuda as a model. Bermuda is smaller than Cayman, and they have about the same population. But you know the difference with them? They have a great working system. They have a what you would call when you hire somebody to train up, succession plan system.
Okay.
Which means they have a 4-year permit working there. Anybody who goes there with their permit system is like here. If you can't find a local Bermudian person to do the job, we can hire somebody. Just
right.
Like you, man.
But they have to train?
Somebody, yes. But when they hire somebody, they bring that person to the system to train somebody who is in the system. So when that person leaves, you have somebody there from that country who can take that position. Yeah?
Okay.
That person never gets a permit back there again.
Really?
You know that?
Yeah. No, I didn't know that.
Islands, I have seen people here. I work in an industry where I deal with food and beverage, and I've been in my industry for over 20 years. And I've seen people roll over 2 times in like 2 9-year segments and come back to the same position. And I'm not talking positions of that you need to have some kind of
qualifications
degree. Yeah, qualifications. I'm talking gas pump attendant.
Yeah.
I'm talking store clerks. I'm talking hotel employees, like just opening the door for the front desk and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I have seen these people roll over and over and over. So you tell me there is nobody here trainable to do these minimal jobs?
Well, I mean, that's certainly the impression you get. Whether it's so or not, I don't know. But I mean, the Caymanian has to put their foot into the door too. I mean, sometimes our people don't believe in getting their foot in the door. You know what I mean?
That is true in some cases, but like the young lady was telling you earlier, right?
Yeah.
Where we have these nannies that the people don't want to take for slaves.
Mm-hmm.
They want them to walk the dog, bathe the hog, and do all kind of stuff, which is wrong, and that's not part of their requirements when they're getting their contract for the permit. It's the same thing with the permit versus the Caymanian. Is certain things you will not get a Caymanian to bend over backward to do under the permit. That's like me. I'm a Caymanian, born and bred, and I'm proud of it. But I can tell you, if I got a contract, like I tell people, nobody can fire me once they hire me, because as long as I do what my contract stipulates, where is the breach? How can you fire me? It's impossible, right? But it's certain things.
Well, you can try to fire you, but you can sue.
I will sue, and I would always win because the contract is what I'm supposed to do, right? And as long as I'm doing what's stipulated in the contract,
you're keeping your end of the bargain.
Exactly. So that's how it works. But
listen, I'm past my commercial break.
Oh, sorry. Well, that's my talk for today. That's a lot of ideas I gave you anyway. So you have a great one, Charlo.
Yay. Thanks for calling. Enjoyed talking to you. Got to take a break. Be right back. Callers, hang on for me.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
There's nothing more important than your health, and seeking expert healthcare with physicians you can trust is what you deserve. UHealth, the University of Miami Health System, offers peace of mind to you and your family with a first-class experience. Our patient coordinators assist with everything you need before, during, and after your stay with us. As South Florida's only academic-based health system, UHealth offers cutting-edge treatment, compassionate care, and life-changing results just a flight away. Learn more at umiamihealth.org/international.
Explore your history. Explore your land. Explore your sister islands, the ultimate staycation experience. Your culture, your freedom, the land that time forgot isn't gone. It's your sister islands.
Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
Cayman Art Week is back and bigger than ever, with art on show at over 50 venues across all 3 islands from Tuesday the 26th to Sunday the 31st of May. From one-off pop-ups and creative collaborations to open studios and late-night gallery hours, all events are free and there's art on sale for every budget. Join a guided bus tour or visit at your own pace. You'll find everything you need to know at CaymanArtWeek.com.
It's here. Multi-year trade and business licenses are now available. You heard right. You can apply for TBLs up to 5 years. Save time, reduce paperwork, and focus on growing your business. Apply online at dci.gov.ky. Apply for your multi-year trade and business licenses today.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back. Let's go straight to the phones. Good afternoon. You're on the air. Hello.
Good afternoon, Mr. Charlo.
Yes. Good afternoon.
How are you today, sir?
I'm fine, and you?
Oh, man, not doing too bad for a young little fella.
So what's up?
Mr. Charlo, yes, sir. Well, the cost of living is up. And I like to talk business usually. I find that it's so important, so important, step by step. Sometimes you got to start over from the bottom of the ladder. You fall and you get back up, and you start from the bottom of the ladder and try to get up to the second step. But Mr. Charlo, in relation to the growth of the population, I've been looking into it. I've been looking into the situation for quite some time, and I'm saying to myself, if I don't have the customers, where do I get the money from? You know,
Mm-hmm.
if I don't have that level of support. You know, like it's almost. I kind of try to compare it to tourism. You know, tourism. If we don't have the numbers, then we gotta treat it very. We have to treat the situation very carefully too. If we don't have the numbers, the tourism numbers, whether it's the over cruise, etc. You know, how does the taxman survive?
Yeah, well, you have to have a certain amount of population and, well, tourism population too, tourism visitors, in order for people to make money from that.
Oh, yeah.
And all the grocery stores that we have need people coming through them in order for them to survive.
Mm-hmm. And that sort of thing. If you don't have that, you know what do you do? You look at and these people want to spend money, you know, Mr. Charlo. I've met so many people for so long that just want to spend money. I mean, they just want to spend.
They don't care about the price?
Oh, no. They give people tips and all that, gratuities and everything else, and they just want to spend, Mr. Charlo. They just want to spend.
Well, I guess that's the kind of customers you want.
Yeah, I'm telling you, and I don't hear anyone complain about the gas prices right now, but
I think I've heard a few. It almost cost me $100 the other night when I filled up my Forerunner.
And it was like half a tank or something.
No, it was now like a quarter, but you know, still $90-something is a lot to pay for a tank of gas.
Oh, it certainly is. I'm telling you. Well, we hope that Mr. Trump does some good stuff, work some magic in with the Iranians, and
yeah, well, he can work his magic, but it's going to take a while for everything to adjust. Listen, I got another caller on the line, so let me thank you for your call. Okay, you have a good afternoon.
Okay, you too, sir. Okay.
We got a couple of other callers there, so let's go to the phone still. Good afternoon. You're on the air.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mr. Charles.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, doing good. Just enjoying the heat.
The heat is on.
Yeah, it was very hot, but I don't know. This is kind of strange.
Well, they say it's going to get hotter.
Yeah, imagine. And then we just entering in summer. I mean, anyways.
It's supposed to be like the hottest summer that the Caribbean is going to see.
Yeah, well, I got to tell you one thing, right? I got to be very logic, right? Because we don't have too much logistics in the island no more. Everything is artificial. So, let's use a room. Let's use a small space, a room, right?
Mm-hmm.
And let's just say the room is only able to house 2 people at a time to sit inside the room and feel comfortable with the air conditioner on at 80 degrees. And when you add 2 more people, now you have to put the thermostat down to 74. And then it gets kind of uncomfortable because you start to listen to 4 people talking at once. And then now all of a sudden now we've gone up to 8 people. We doubled it because I think that we can fit those people in there with the chairs in the corners. And then now all of a sudden we have to put the degrees down to 64. This is what is happening to the Cayman Islands. We're overheating. Now when we cut down trees to replace with buildings, and now mangroves are being cut down so that we can make space for these skyscrapers. This is what's happening to the Cayman Islands. We're overpopulated. I can't emphasize that anymore. Anyone with a common sense would know that. But you see what happened? Those money-making people don't hear that. They don't actually listen. They actually order. That's all. They order things to be done. And with the capability of technology can tell them this is how we can do it. And then you know what I've seen lately? social media has been advertising falsely. Worse than Burger King. Worse than Burger King.
Watch out for your allegations now.
Yeah, well, I'm telling you something that I know, because when you look at a poster that's showing a burger that looks appetizing, and when you really get it, that's false advertisement. So anyways, right, you got places that are being developed right now that should not be developed. Looking for example, the little piece of land that they cleared out for that event that was so special that we had to clear out all the mangroves in West Bay Road for this big Kaboo festival.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the trees are growing back. You know which tree I think that should be in the list of the protected species other than mangroves? The pine trees. They're the fastest growing trees that we got in the
Casuarinas?
Whatever you want to call them. I call them weep willows.
Yeah,
those pine trees that we all know that makes this nice, beautiful sea breeze. That's becoming a big memory now.
But they're not making the breeze, though.
Huh?
They're not making the breeze.
No, they're blocking it. But they're making wind. They're making sounds with the wind, with the breeze.
Oh, the whispering.
So we can hear the sea breeze. Yeah.
The weeping willow.
That was a sign back then when we know when weather is coming. Nor'westers and all those things. And you know those same trees harvest so much oxygen. It's unbelievable. I remember back in the days when I was going to school, right? And it used to be early in the morning. We catch the early bus going to school. I mean, we used to be excited to go to school back then. And it used to be fog on West Bay Road. I can't make this stuff up. It used to be fog.
Yeah, I've seen fog. I've seen fog over the cricket field.
Yeah, and you know why? Because the plants are creating oxygen. The plants are creating oxygen that we need to breathe. That is not happening anymore. Now we have more people with respiratory illnesses. Jesus Christ. Man, you see what happened to the island? We've lost track with God. God have already showed us the way, but they have people that are directing us all in the opposite direction. We're being less godly. You know what I had recognized recently? I went to Cayman Brac, right?
Mm-hmm.
I can speak good about Cayman Brac because it's a beautiful place. I went to Cayman Brac for an agriculture show.
Yeah.
Right? It was a beautiful place. It was so imperfect. You know what I got to say? The less perfect we are, the more godly it feels. That's all I'm going to leave it as. Cayman Brac is very pristine because it's kept a lot of the nature that I have not seen in a long time because it's being taken away from the people of the Grand Cayman. I'll leave it as that, sir, because really and truly, I hope I evoke feelings with some of these environmentalists that swear they're environmentalists, but they're the same people that would be at a gala to go and sell a piece of land. Anyways.
All right. Well, you take care.
Yes, sir. Have a good one.
You too. Got to take a break. I know we got a caller there, but hang in for me. Be right back.
Accidents and illnesses can strike without warning. Ouch! When it comes to urgent care, every second counts. At Doctors Hospital, we have a dedicated team of experienced doctors and nursing staff available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Don't waste time in an overcrowded emergency room when you need urgent care. Whether it's a broken bone, a severe infection, or a sudden illness, trust in Doctors Hospital's unwavering dedication to providing the best immediate care. For complete urgent care when you need it the most, choose Doctors Hospital, located in Georgetown, 16 Middle Road.
I was undercover and had just recovered the stolen artwork, but...
Aunt Angie, what does this have to do with managing my insurance?
Well, long story long. I found the art thief in France, but ended up becoming somewhat of a local celebrity. So I had to stick around for a while. But I was able to handle all my insurance needs with CG's online portal.
The online portal. Safe, convenient, simple. CG Britgay. Good like that.
Social media, X, formerly Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Interact with our talk shows on YouTube. Download our official Radio Cayman app, or you can log on to our website, www.radiocayman.gov.ky. You can also add us to WhatsApp
on 925-3261.
All the latest information, breaking news, community events, and more. Radio Cayman. Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back. Let's go to the phone lines. Good afternoon. You're on the air with Talk Today.
Hey, Charlo, how is life, man?
All right. How are you?
Boy, I just had a hot cup of Maxwell House coffee, man.
He gave you a little lift.
Let's wake up, you know? Yeah, man, Charlo, I said, man, speaking of Bermuda, I see some photos of Bermuda, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I really like your architecture. It don't look like, well, at least those pictures that I've seen, it don't look like it's too many high rises around the place. And the buildings and the houses and things look more native.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Where ours are very modern American kind of architecture.
Yeah. It looks, to me, it looks like a place that is well taken care of, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, it looks clean and nice and things. What we were talking about, say, 90,000 people.
Yeah, that was toward the end of last year, just over 90,000.
Yeah, because I was thinking, Charlo, really, we don't know how much people on this island.
Well,
because every day.
At the moment we don't know. I mean, we don't have an accurate count.
Right. Every day I go there, Charlo, I see different faces from different places. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Now that I don't have no alcohol in my brain, I make sure that I look at some faces for a change so I can remember them.
And sometimes the communication is a problem too, even though they had to take that English test. You know, some of our guest workers don't have the English down quite yet.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I noticed all of that, you know. Because I remember one day I went into Reflections down by Mango Tree. And I'm trying to find some of the white jeans. I'm asking the woman for jeans, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she spoke 2 or 3 words in English. But then she gave me a mask.
You asked for jeans? She gave you a mask?
Yeah, and I tell her, no, I'm not a criminal. Yeah, so we face problems like that, you know. Yeah, man. So I don't know, Charlo. It seems to me that Cayman is just open. Anybody who wants to come can just come.
Well, it mightn't be to that point, but you know, the whole thing is that we have this problem that we have more jobs than we have people. I mean, that's a fact of life. A lot of places would like to have that problem because they got the opposite. They got more people than they got jobs.
Yeah.
And that creates a whole new bag of issues, right? But that's what we're dealing with, that we have grown so fast, with so much business going on, that you got more jobs than people.
It looks like you and I will go and left that problem here. I don't see an end to that.
Most likely.
Yeah, because
Caymanians need to have more children.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that, you know.
Do you remember a Governor Lloyd? Do you remember Governor Lloyd?
Yeah, I do.
Well, you know, when he was leaving, that was his little piece of advice. The Caymanians needed to start having more children. Because I guess he could see from where he was that, you know, this development was going to be going on and continue to grow. And we didn't have the population to keep up with it. So he was saying Caymanians should be having more children so that we would have the Caymanians to fill the jobs.
I tell you, Charlo, when it comes to that word Caymanian, right, they don't romp to talk about us over the world, boss.
They
Because
don't
I
what?
Remember one afternoon I was in Miami Skyways, right?
Uh-huh.
Right next to the airport in Miami.
Yeah.
And I was talking to this girl from Poland.
Mm-hmm.
And talking about having children and this and that. But when she spoke a word or a couple of words to me and telling me, say, Caymanian young women throws away a lot of babies in Miami. Jesus Christ, Lord. I just finished the drinking and I just went back up to my room, because I didn't want to proceed with that. That had hurt me so much, right? I didn't want to hear no more of that.
Mm.
And I heard it in Cuba also. Like I tell you, when it comes to that name, Caymanian brethren, they talk about us. They put us down. I mean, this ain't no one nation, Shallow. This is the world now. Social media, all kind of media.
So did she work in some kind of medical facility or something?
Who, the lady that I was talking to?
Yeah, that said that a lot of Caymanian women come to Miami for abortions.
No, she was a bartender.
Oh, okay.
So you know how we go in a bar.
Yeah. They're
That's a bar room.
bartenders they take confessions.
Yeah. I say a bar room is another media, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, Charles. So, boy, that name Caymanian, man. I tell you, we'll catch some hell around the world,
Well, there's a lot of good things being said about us, too.
Yeah, well, I guess so.
But everybody, what happens to me is you say you're from Cayman and everybody thinks you're rich.
Well, listen, I had problems with that in Cuba as well. Yeah, because they found out that I had come from Cayman. You have plenty of money, man.
Yeah.
But I made them know straight, and listen, we got poor people too,
For sure.
Yeah.
No doubt about that.
I had to tell them we're not running across the water to go anywhere, but we got poor people too. I had to make them understand that, Yeah, man. So, but I've heard on Radio Cayman at times that a lot of what we're going through today, we cause it on ourselves. Right?
Certainly to a certain extent. Yeah.
Yeah, man. But Chalo, I say, I don't know, man, about the young Caymanians, boy. It really hurt me for them, though, because I do think about them at times and knowing that I never really had to go through the problems they're going through today to find food in my yard.
But a lot of young Caymanians have the opportunities that you never had either.
Well,
we have to jump on that and take advantage of that.
That's what the lady was talking about, You see. Even though, Chalo,
get the education.
I come up, well, I missed out on my education through tragedy.
Well, we came from that period,
But listen, I never gave up. I went to work. At 12 years old, I found myself out there, boss, because I found myself wanting things and don't know how I can get my things. I can have to go work for them.
Yep, no free lunch. Listen, I got another caller I need to get in before the news, okay?
Yeah, man.
All right, good talking to you.
Yeah, man, later.
All right, let's get this call in here before we have to go to the news. Good afternoon, you're on the air.
Charlo, me again. I don't mean to call back, but you perturbed me. You hit my mind again,
Okay.
Yeah, I think last we could talk about Mr. Peter Lloyd talking about that same thing about we should be popular with more kids, right?
Yeah.
Okay, back then we had an incentive because back then when Mr. Peter Lloyd was the governor of the Cayman Islands, they had a system where from birth until 18 years old, Caymanians don't pay no medical bill, right?
It was free medical service, yeah.
Free medical service. But what mashed it up, that we made everybody who come here on a permit, every Tom, Dick, and Harry who came here that brought kids here, they had that same free service to them. And that kind of was too much in the system at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So you say that he said from then that we should have kids to repopulate the place to have it going. Every other nation I know, China, just the other day they spoke about that they were short on kids, a lot of old people, and they needed young kids, so they needed to have more kids. And China was a place that they used to kill most of the girls. If they had 2 girls, they get rid of 1.
That's right.
Because, but now they need population. So now what they do, they ease off of that, and they put things in their system that it's easier for you to have kids. What has Cayman done or is doing to
incentivize people to have children?
Incentivize people that we need to have more babies, because for you to have a child here, no. Boy, I don't envy nobody who having. I have 2 grandkids and I have 3 kids.
Mm-hmm.
God bless me with that, and I'm thankful. I don't see where it is if I should have a next. Doesn't make sense. Something big that had changed.
You mean just the cost of having a child?
Not just the cost, but the future for the child too in Cayman Islands.
Okay.
Because like I spoke to you earlier, I have a 12-year-old, which is my youngest. Well, he's going to be 12 in December. That's my youngest. And in the next day, he doesn't do tertiary education or to go on to university and college. He just wants to do like what I did. When I left high school, I went straight to work.
Yeah, got to trade. Got to trade.
Yeah.
Sometimes the guys in trades make more than the professionals.
100%. But at the same time, we're talking about incentivizing Caymanians to have kids. There's no incentive. There are a lot of what would say now? What's the opposite of incentive now?
Discouraging people.
Encouragement. No incentives, because from you even think about conception, you better have insurance. Mandatory in the Cayman Islands.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that needs to be overhauled too.
Big time. We have more than 300 to 400 pupils graduating every year. Yet we still have job problems. But as you just rightfully said, we have more jobs than we have Caymanians. But we have a lot of job problems, because when the Caymanians, a lot of them I know, go away and they come back, you know what they tell them? Oh no, you don't have no experience.
Well, I think the government has taken some steps that are going to straighten that out. Listen, I got to go to the news. All right? All right, take care. Let's check in with the newsroom.
Yesterday,
today,
always and forever.
Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands. From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines.
The Headline News is brought to you by Kirk Market.
With your latest headlines, I'm Elizabeth Charles. Police have issued an update regarding details of a serious early morning crash on West Bay Road, confirming a motorcycle was involved in the collision. In an update, the RCIPS said the incident happened around 2 a.m. on May 9th near the four-way junction with West Church Street. The motorcycle was traveling south when it collided with a vehicle traveling in the opposite direction, causing that vehicle to overturn. The rider was taken to Georgetown Hospital with serious injuries, but is reported to be in stable condition. Police said both vehicles were extensively damaged, and the driver of the other vehicle tested negative on a breathalyzer and declined medical treatment. In international news, UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer is facing growing labour unrest, with multiple ministerial aides resigning and calling for new leadership. In live reporting today, the BBC says more than 50 Labour MPs have now publicly urged Starmer to resign or set out a timetable for his departure since last week's local elections. In other news, U.S. President Donald Trump says a ceasefire with Iran is, quote, on life support, after rejecting Tehran's response to to a U.S. peace proposal. In remarks today, Trump dismissed the Iranian counterproposal, raising concerns about a return to hostilities in the 10-week conflict that has killed thousands and disrupted global energy supplies. Iran's response called for an end to the war, the lifting of U.S. sanctions, and guarantees on oil exports and access through the Strait of Hormuz. Those are the latest headlines. I'm Elizabeth Charles.
www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages: Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter, Radio Cayman Headline News.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back. A quick look at the weather. The current temperature here in Georgetown, 87 degrees, and it feels like 97. Winds out of the south at a little over 6.5 knots. And let's see what the forecast is like. Yep, there it is. Today, partly cloudy skies with 30% chance of showers. Temperatures rise to the low 90s. And tonight, partly cloudy skies with a 30% chance of overnight showers. Temperatures will fall to the upper 70s, and winds will be light and variable. Seas will be slight with wave heights at 1 to 3 feet. Let's go to the phone lines. Good afternoon. You're on the air.
Yeah, Chalo?
Yeah.
All right. Chalo, how you doing? You good?
Yes, man. How about yourself?
Not bad, not bad. Trying to survive. Yeah, like most of us. This is Sean Ebanks, by the way. I used to live on these talk shows, calling every morning, for I don't know how many years, beating up my gums.
Uh-huh.
But I stopped doing that for a while and just started trying to concentrate and focus on me. And
Well,
as I say,
sometimes you have to do that, you know.
Yes, we certainly do. And more so nowadays. Chalo, you know, I've been listening just for a little bit while I was eating the subway there. Your show was on air in the subway. And I've heard so many people, you know, talking the reality of what we are facing here now in Cayman. And, you know, I really, really, really feel it for the younger ones coming up. At this rate, they really don't stand much of a chance, educated or not. So while education plays a big part in your future and bettering yourself, and don't get me wrong, I hope no one listening don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that you shouldn't have to worry about education. We certainly must try to get that. But it's not a sense of having all the education and you still cannot find a job. And this is the problem that a lot of the bigger countries and nations have. You know, you'll find them, and I travel a little bit, and you'll find people with degrees and all of this stuff, and they're still working, having to go work up in Burger King and
Sure.
McDonald's and stuff like this, right?
Drive
So
taxi.
yeah. So I think what we have to remember, and especially our government representatives have to remember, is that we are a tiny little island. We're not even a country per se. All right, we're a tiny little island. There's only so much that we can really do and offer. for everybody in the world that wants to come in here. We simply can't take everyone that wants to come in. We can't open the doors for them because our children and our grandchildren and great-grandchildren coming up, we are disenfranchising them big time. And when I heard a caller say just now that, he didn't get much education, but, he had the will to go and work, and he went to work for what he wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And that works for him at that time.
Right.
But now it's a different time, and you might have the will to go and work, but if you can't find a job and you want your things, as he put it, if you can't find the work to get your things, what are you going to do? You're going to go steal, rob, whatever you need to do to get your things because you want your things, all right? And so what is happening here is if something is not done, a lot of our children and grandchildren and stuff, as much as they may bring them up to know, don't do this and right and wrong and all that good stuff. They might still have to turn to crime. And they will turn to crime, Chalo. They will turn to crime. And when this little tiny 2x4 island, when the pot is bubbling right now, and when that starts to bubble over the top, crime here in this little island is going to be 50 times worse than our neighbors next door in places like Jamaica and those countries. And all that is here now who is making it and think that they're going to be safe up in these gated communities and all of these high-end places, and they are going to be the main target of the criminals. They're not come rob little old poor man because the poor man don't have nothing to take, nothing to offer. They don't have nothing to steal from, right? So we really need to look, the government, our government representatives need to look long-term solutions. We need to really need to put a plan together here and try to see what we can do for our younger children coming up so that they can have the opportunity to enjoy some of the good old Cayman as we done. I'm 53, so I seen the good old days. I caught a little bit of it, and I'm seeing obviously what's happening now. And it is not, the future does not look too bright for a lot of our people, and that's point blank.
Let me ask you something though. So if we have more jobs than we have Caymanians to fill them.
Yes, Charlo. I heard you say.
No. But let me continue. But so what do you think? What do you think is blocking the Caymanians from getting those jobs?
What is blocking the Caymanians?
Yeah. What in your from what do you see?
Yeah. There. One thing is the ones that are coming in that is holding the positions of to HR and stuff to they can offer the jobs. They are not really looking after. They're rather hire the person like themselves to come in and get a job than to give the Caymanian a job. Now, it works both ways. When the Caymanian does get the opportunity, they need to stick in there and stop this job hopping and this and that and, not wanting to work, giving us this theme about we're lazy people. Now, because every country has lazy people. Big and small countries have lazy people.
Oh, yeah.
That's every system
no doubt.
has that, right? But I think until we start to put our own people in some of these positions, I think that is going to be a big hurdle for anyone to jump. So that's one thing that I can think about right here. Now, of course, yes, we got many more jobs than we have people to do, and that is what happens when you come with what they call progress and population growth and all this kind of stuff. But we don't want to do too much artificial. We don't want to overpopulate the island artificially, if you get what I'm saying, we need to remember that we have our young ones coming up through the ranks as well.
Yeah.
And we need to safeguard some of those opportunities, some of those jobs and whatever for our people. And certain jobs, I think when Mr. Elio Solomon was representative for the country here, elected member, he had a very good something that he came up with there, saying about certain jobs for Caymanians.
Oh yeah, that they were protected.
For example, in the tourism industry, right?
You got a lot of work permits in the tourism industry.
Let's take for example taxes and stuff like that. There should be no more taxi license given up to anyone that is not a generational Caymanian. For now, for a time period, I would say, because we have many people who are retiring or getting to that age to retire, and they still owe the bank for their mortgages and homes, whatever, And so when they can't work no more, or they have to get, they retire from the job, they're being retired from the job, those kind of positions, those kind of things like that, taxes, things like that, is something that they can fall back on, go get a taxi license, and they can still go there and make a honest living and help pay their bills and so forth.
Yeah.
Right? And we really need to look at those kind of things, certain jobs for Caymanians, and when I say Caymanian, generational Caymanian, more so, because I don't see where we can keep doing what we're doing. Let's put it that way. Let's make a long story short. We cannot really keep doing what we're doing and think that, oh yeah, this is just progress and it's nothing we can do about it. If we got more jobs and we got this and that, blah, blah. Well, that's all good to say, and there's a certain truth to that too. But we have to try to safeguard our people, young and old, generational Caymanians, that they can have something in this little island that they call home. Because a lot of people, they come here and they make Cayman their home. Sometimes that's for convenience. That's because they want to be here. They want to pay taxes and they want to do this, they want to do that. So Cayman is a nice little place for them, and they're enjoying paradise.
They probably don't even have to work.
That a lot of us can't afford to enjoy. In our own life, we can't enjoy our own paradise. Okay, so we really need to look at things on a broad scope, and really try to look at ways to for example, now everybody, when it came to the referendum last election with the cruise pier.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I was one of them, as you might know, or if you don't know, I'm telling you, I support a cruise pier, whether it be in Georgetown or somewhere else, a safe harbor that we have to maybe design and find a place for that. But there's no way in the world that no one can tell me that we're not going to need that soon with the rate that the population is growing. Okay, that Georgetown dock can't hardly hold what they're doing, what's happening now.
Yeah, well, more people means you need to import more stuff.
What's going to happen, Charlo, when it gets to the point where the population is so big, the population grows, the more stuff you need, everything expands, right? Everything expands.
Well, listen, I got to break in. I got 3 callers, and I only got about 14 minutes to go.
I hope those 3 callers and everybody else that's listening hear what I'm saying, because we are setting ourselves up and setting our younger children up for failure. And like I said, all we're going to be doing here, doing it now already, is breeding criminals. And when those young ones, they're not going to be like us. They are not going to take what we took and are taking. They are going to get what they need to get by the hook or by the crook. You have a good afternoon.
Thanks for the call. You have a good afternoon, too. Do I need to take a break here? We're going to take a break. We got 3 callers on the line. Hang in there. Be right back.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
Freedom, Cayman Brack. Freedom, Little Cayman. Soft breezes, blue waters, no traffic. Unwind and rejuvenate your mind, body, and soul. Sister Island Staycations, a taste of freedom. Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
The offices of dermatologist Dr. Wayne Porter will be taking appointments from May 11 to 15 at his Crew Road Clinic. Appointment slots are limited. Whether you're seeking advanced skincare, Botox, filler, cosmetic enhancements, or simply looking to reduce wrinkles, Dr. Porter offers a full-service dermatology and dermatological surgery practice. For more information, email dr.porterkman@gmail.com or call 946-9020 to book your appointment today. That is 946-9020.
Celebrating 50 years of broadcasting in the Cayman Islands.
50 years of music.
This is Radio Cayman, 89.9 FM.
50 years of life. We are the rhythm of the city.
Radio Cayman.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back. Quick what's up here. It's great points from that caller. Hope the decision makers need to take note and implement those calls. Let's go to the phone lines. Good afternoon. You're on the air. Hello, you're on the air. What's up?
Hello?
Yes, you're on the air. Go ahead. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you doing?
All right, and you?
Yeah, not too bad. Boy, I agree with everything that caller just said that just got off the phone there.
Mm-hmm.
It looked like this new immigration law what they just put in place, it looked like things getting worse instead of better.
You think so?
I don't think so. I know so.
Okay, well, tell me why.
Yeah, I know so. The things that they were supposed to do to help the Caymanians, they never done them. But the things it is now to help a certain sector, special interest group, is what they done. And it's what you're doing. You're familiar with the term corporatocracy, right?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Yeah. Okay. So for those who there that don't know it, maybe they could Google it or something. And you know that capitalism can't exist without racism, right?
Well, that's debatable, but go ahead.
No, it's debatable, but it's a fact.
That capitalism cannot exist without racism?
Yeah, exactly. What is going on this island, you know? It's just not so, you know. This is racism and hatred behind everything that is going on this island with the Caymanians can't get job and thing, you know. They're not just so, you know. This is if you do a deep dive into it, this is racism behind it, racism against the Caymanian people, a certain sector of people, and classism. When I say racism, I mean racism and classism all together. So this is what's going on, you know.
But why would you say that the government has not come true? I mean, what? Give me an example.
Come on, listen. It's a long story still.
Mm-hmm.
But just let me see if I could think of one quick time. Okay, you don't think it would have been better to put a moratorium on some of these permits, in a certain sector, or right across the board?
Well, no. If you could tell business that they can't hire, right? If you say moratorium, I mean, if they put out ads and Caymanians don't apply for them, or Caymanians who are not fit for that job apply.
That not true. That just goes back to what I tell you again. It's racism and classism behind it. As long as they got somebody that they could use and they could substitute for the Caymanian, they're gonna use him, because it's better to use one from another country and abuse him than to use your own. That is how these companies think.
You're saying Caymanians are doing it themselves, our own Caymanians.
But listen to this. We had this conversation a couple of months ago, Charles. I don't know if you remember. How come there isn't a contended, and there's supposed to be contended supply? In every one of these permits that somebody come in here, they're supposed to have somebody training, It's automatic and not choice, It isn't a choice, it's according to law that you supposed to air a permit that come in. Yeah, if you get a permit for somebody that could make mud.
Are you sure of that?
Just say mud pie. You supposed
maybe that's the ideal.
How you said that go?
I said that maybe that's the ideal thing to have, but I've never seen that attached to any work permit that I've had to take out.
Well,
as a condition.
Check it out. But I could be mistaken. But if I'm mistaken, I think that is a common sense thing that should be done.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It might be the ideal situation
for that position.
I mean, someone says that Bermuda does it that way. I'm not sure about it, but they're saying that Bermuda does it like that.
So you mean so that it isn't a consented plan that somebody got take over after they bring in somebody on permit? That should be implemented too. I mean that is common sense.
I don't think that condition is attached to any work permit.
Oh, well, okay, great. So I just gave them a good idea that maybe that they should
they
should try using, and this could add to what you just asked me there just now. Give you one example. So this is another example. That's not something good to put to help the Caymanians. That is another thing that is good to help the Caymanians to say, well, okay, here a permit that come in here. You got to have somebody there willing to take over the job in 1 year time or 2 years time to train that position and put them in there.
But you're back to the same problem, It's now finding the person to train.
Listen, that isn't the problem. It's we could have this conversation all night. That isn't the problem. The problem is just exactly what I told you: is racism and discrimination and classism. That's all it is.
Well,
that's all it is. If you could use somebody else rather than use the Caymanian, it's always the people on work permit is being weaponized against the Caymanian people. So it's another another thing that they should do. They should do a study and find out if the Caymanian people want to pursue with this current business model that we're on now. They did a referendum or whatever, but don't even call it a referendum. Just do a basic study. Just go to door to door, or how polls or whatever, finding out if Caymanians want to pursue on this business model.
You mean the way that we do work permits?
Or they don't want the whole thing, the whole shabam, overdevelopment permits and everything. Just so that they could have a study if they not got the information, because I'm pretty sure they got the information, but they just cater in to corporatocracy. That is what's going on. That is exactly what's going on, So I'll just leave you with that. I had something else to
yeah, I got one caller I got to get in here before I'm out of time.
Some questions on me that twist me in another direction, but I still got across my point,
All right. Appreciate the call. You take care. Have a good afternoon. Let's get another caller in here before it's too late. Good afternoon. You're on the air. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, you're on the air, ma'am.
Yes, in regards to the gentleman before this one, he had some real good points there in his conversation. And we always talk about our children of these islands and Caymanians having children, babies and whatever. But the thing that I'm experiencing with my job, we got so many government schools and private schools on the island. And I don't even think that anybody knows how many Caymanian children that is existing right now in our school system, because our school system is really going across the board with every nationality in it. And I guess those that got PR and whatever else to live here in Cayman, I guess they would be considered Caymanians to hold the jobs position here in the Cayman Islands in due time.
Yeah, because most expat kids have to go to private school.
Oh, we got expat children in the government schools as well too. So don't think for
well, maybe their status is not expat any longer.
but anyhow, the fact of the matter is, we don't know how many born Caymanians that we have as Caymanians, indigenous Caymanians. But I guess the expats that we have here, then they will be filling a lot of spots here in the island in due time, and then they will be considered Caymanians because, like you said, neighbors, the people of the island ain't having babies no more because they say there's no future for their children, so they are cutting back on making babies. But I want to say to that gentleman, in regards to a pair, we will need a decent, better cargo dock. But to build a pier for the cruise ships, I say no. I think it's 2:30 now for you. I said no. We need.
Go ahead.
We don't need no cruise ship pier built here, especially in the Georgetown area. They want to build it elsewhere. It's all good and fine, but I pray not Georgetown. But we do need some upgrading and probably additional cargo port, which would be nice because then as the population continues to grow, we're going to be having more and more ships coming here and more these trade, what they call it, the containers coming to bring our goods and all that kind of good stuff. So where is the future for all of that? Now, I don't know. But that guy had some real good points. And I just want to say to him, a lot of our jobs in the future for our Caymanian children will be those children that is here now in school and more that is here by paper Caymanians and in the PR and everything else you could think of, or adoption or whatever the case may be. So don't look for any Caymanian to have any babies in this Cayman Islands anytime soon.
Well, you get the last word.
Right now, we got more seniors in this island than we got young people.
You get the last word today.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye. Well, it's time for me to be heading out the door here. And thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all that called. Great conversations, great little debates going on, and points made. I'm Charles Glidden. One love.
Talk Today is brought to you by the Ministry of District Administration. Explore your history. Explore your land. Explore your sister islands. And Doctors Hospital. Peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctors Hospital. Always there for you. Call 949-6066.